Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This video was specially requested by somebody who left a comment under my last video. Dominic Barnhart, I want to say. I hope I got that right. But this video was requested. He wanted me to talk about PT and how long it is, and how long PT is, and how often do you go to Freedom Hall, and about in-house PT. So I'm going to talk about that. Again, I am back in my car. I'm on break at work, but anywho, so basically in-house PT, first of all, PT in general is it's in the discretion of your RDC. So how long it lasts, normally it's about an hour each time, 45 minutes at the most, at the least, but it's normally between 45 minutes and an hour. If you are the type of person who loves to work out, you love going to the gym, or you love running, PT in the Navy, in Navy boot camp, is like boring to you. You're probably not gonna like it. You're gonna be like, Jesus, get me out of here. We're not doing anything. And the other most you will be doing as far as PT wise would be IT, and nobody likes getting IT. So yeah, so that's how long it is. How often do you go to Freedom Hall? That's also up to your RDCs. As far as my division, we went almost every Saturday. I want to say every Saturday morning for bases, and bases is really fun. It's just a bunch of different activities for you to do. There's one where you're on the track, and one of your RDCs will be standing there, and then they'll tell you to run in place, and they'll be like, all right, your next exercise will be push-ups. Come to the ready, and then you drop down and you get up in push-up position, and they'll be like, when they say come to the ready, you go up, and then they'll say begin, and then you'll just start doing push-ups, however many they tell you to do, and they'll be like, on your feet, and then you jump up real quick, and you're running in place, and they'll be like, all right, run to the other side and meet the other RDC, which they like is literally half. So you run to that other side, and sometimes they'll make it fun, so they'll make it like a race, or they'll just make everybody run at the same time. But either way, it's kind of fun. And then you get to the other RDC, and you'll still be running in place, and they'll be like, all right, your next exercise will be curl ups, and then you drop down, and you get up in push up position, and then they'll be like, all right, you're gonna do this many, begin, and then you do it. And then there's also a dead man carry, like you got the dead person, or it's a dummy, you have them on a little gurney thingy, and then you carry them from one side to the other side, and you got one with like dead weight balls, and you're just like tossing it back and forth. And then you got, it's a lot, okay, it's a lot. In one of the Navy boot camp videos that the Navy actually put up, when they were talking about PT, you could see a little bit of basis in that, when the recruits were in the gym, or I'm sorry, in Freedom Hall, and they were like, you seen them with like still weights and going up and down on stools and stuff. That's basis. And then in-house PT is just nothing but exercises in your compartment. That's all that pretty much is. Another form of PT that a lot of people don't know about is sustained runs. Y'all be prepared for the sustained runs, because those get real. I knew nothing about sustained runs before I went to the Navy. Nobody who posted videos about Navy boot camp posted anything about sustained runs. So when I got there and they told me that I had a 20-minute sustained run, I was like, who finna run for 20 minutes? Not me. But I ended up doing it, obviously. It was not a choice. But yeah, so sustained runs it can go from 5 minutes to 20 minutes at the max, and it's really designed to help people who've never ran before and who aren't as active pass their final PFA. Because when you take your PFA all 3 times, when you do your 1.5 mile run, there's a clock, and that clock runs for 20 minutes. So it doesn't matter if you have to complete it by a certain time, the clock will keep going for 20 minutes. So everybody has 20 minutes to do their 12 laps. So I mean, you should know what your time is before you go in. And yeah, but the clock still goes for 20 minutes. Also, with the PFAs, a lot of people suggest that you do 13 laps, and I suggest that too, because when I did my final PFA, I was on my 5th lap. No, I'm sorry, I was on my 6th lap, and when I was coming around, when the computer should have clocked me at 7 laps, it just repeated my 6th lap, and I don't understand why. It glitched, so I still had to, when I ran around again where I should have been on my 8th lap, the computer registered at 7. And then there were some people in my division who failed their PFA, so they had to go back that next day, or I'm sorry, that Monday, because we took ours on a Friday. They had to go back on Monday morning and retake their PFA. And a lot of people failed and ended up having to go to FIT because they failed. Actually, because it wasn't because they failed, it was because the computer glitched. And the thing about that is, the petty officers and chiefs and the people who conduct the PFAs, they know that the computer glitches at times, but they don't care. They really just go by whatever the computer says. So if the computer says you only did 2 laps when you know you did like 13 or 14 laps, they're going to go by what the computer says. So if you know you did 12 laps, don't stop at that 12. Look at the computer, and if it'll tell you how many you need to do, if you need to do any. So that's that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all that is for PT. It's not hard, it's not long. It normally lasts about an hour. Sustained runs is running for like, oh, another thing with the sustained runs, my RDCs, they broke us down. Sorry y'all, my contact. Our RDCs broke us down into agility groups. So group 1 were alpha males, or anybody who could keep up with them, and those were males between the ages of 17 and 19. So they were kind of fast paced, so they went a lot. I mean, they were gone. Excuse me. Group 2 was anybody whose runtime was 10 minutes to 13 minutes. Now, if you are a alpha male between the ages of 17 and 19 and your runtime was anywhere between 10 minutes and 13 minutes, you still had to run with group A. And then if you couldn't keep up with them, then you'll fall back in group B. But they put all the alpha males in group 1. And then you have group 2, runtime between 10 and 13 minutes. That's for anybody, males and females. And then group 3 was anybody left. Like if you wasn't in group 1 or 2, you was in group 3. So that's pretty much it. That's PT. It's not that hard, it's not that long. You can survive it. It's really not that difficult. And in-house PT actually is a little bit more fun because the RDCs make it a little bit more fun. So yep, that's pretty much all that is for PT. If you guys have any more questions, let me know. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and like these videos. Let me know. I will be opening up a Q&A video for anybody who has any questions about MEPS all the way up to A school. I will be answering those questions. Thank you and have a great day.